Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy Darren. We back with another reaction video, man. Today, watching my boy Tommy G. Of course, this is the channel favorite. Watching my boy Tommy G. Hold on, let me fix this. My boy Tommy G. And yeah, man, hold on. Yeah, put this at 1080. But yeah, watching my boy Tommy G. This is the Muslims of O Block. Let's see, bro.
Do you guys have any stories of what you've seen in O
About to see some O Blockians.
Block over the years? I noticed you had bear mace on you. Have you already used it?
I use it a few times.
To be able to be a big brother to these brothers, to be able to show them that it's more to just the streets.
Who is?
Tommy G.
Yo, hey,
Nice to meet you.
I'm Gleech, man. Welcome to this place.
Gleech,
called
man.
O Block, you see what I'm saying? Shout out to Muslim Maddox and my boy Tommy G. Come on.
Not from 63rd.
Do you think you ever want to go on a pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia?
I'm going to Saudi Arabia.
You are?
Yeah, I'm going to Mecca, touch the Kaaba, all that.
Oh, this nigga, he real Muslim. He real Muslim.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Chicago's O Block is one of the most notorious housing projects in the country. O Block has been home to many notable people throughout its history: Chief Keef, King Vong, Little Dirk, and even former First Lady Michelle Obama. The apartment complex is located on 64th and MLK Drive on Chicago's South Side. It was built in 1950 to house the influx of African Americans coming to Chicago during the Second Great Migration. Upon its opening, it was celebrated as the first African American co-op in the country, and it was noted for having high quality and spacious units relative to the other
And then you see what they did to it. That's crazy. O Block used to be a sanctuary, bro. It was something they made for us, and then you see what happened to it.
income housing on the market. As the ownership of the co-op went private in the 1980s, the quality of the units began to decline and violence in the area increased as jobs moved overseas and drugs flooded the streets. In 2011, O Block earned its name in honor of 20-year-old resident O.D. Perry, who was shot dead by a rival gang member. From then on, O Block's infamous reputation as a dangerous area began to spread around the country, and it's since been known as one of drill.
This the Chief Keef drill era, man. If you don't know, hey, there's this one dude named Trap Lord Ross. Y'all should go watch his story about King Von and stuff, bro. He basically explained the origins of O Block and all that.
Rap's Ground Zero.
Trap Lord Ross, go watch
As of
it.
recently, a new movement has been growing in O Block, Islam. I learned about this from two Muslim YouTube channels, and this got me connected to Gleech, an O Block Muslim spreading the word on his faith. It brings the question, is this the movement that can bring peace and safety back to the area? Let's hit the streets and explore this more.
Religion? I don't know, man. It says some people believe in it, some people don't, man. It just depends. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna do for. I don't know what it's gonna do for all those little crash outs that's out there in O Block, man. It probably ain't no saving them at this point, but it's been like 100-year war over there, but it's over.
Bitch, I ain't tripping cause I want it all. My head has been robbing, my head has been trapping, trying to get the shit off.
Folks, we're on our way to the notorious O Block to explore a very interesting story that's been developing, which is a large conversion to Islam by many of the residents. And I'm curious to discover the impact Islam.
I was about to say, like, I look, knew Lil Durk was Islam, but like, actually seeing him doing like with the fit on and like doing a prayer and all that, that's crazy.
Having on O Block, because to me, you know, you might disagree with a lot of things about religion, but I do think religion gives you the old school values that people can agree on, like don't steal, don't covet, don't lust, things that can guide your life and are solid advice. I grew up in a really religious family. I attended a mega church when I was a kid, Willow Creek, South Barrington, an enormous place that they literally have a shuttle bus from your parking spot to the front. That's how big this church is. While some Bible stories I find helpful or meaningful, a lot of the Bible is hard for me to, especially the Old Testament, is really hard for me to like or enjoy or see why anyone would subscribe to it. But as a kid, I always saw my mom was deeply religious. Like, she spends every morning reading the Bible, studying, and she's a cool Christian. Like, she's someone I can go say, hey mom, I just went to a jungle in Ecuador and I did ayahuasca. She doesn't judge you for it. I really love my mom. She's one of my best friends because I can tell her anything and she doesn't.
Well, why was that one of his examples to tell his mom? I went to a jungle and did, well, he said ayahuasca. That's that drug that Aaron Rodgers had did, right? Where Aaron Rodgers said he had went out for like a week and just sat in a cabin and it did that. Like, bro, what?
approaching
It's-
your judgment. I think
I
there's
think it's kind of like an X pill or something like that. Like it just make you hella happy or something.
a lot of value in
But he ugly as
good
shit,
religious
that
people
being
in
his
a
example.
society. I don't know a ton about Islam, so I'm intrigued to learn more. Also, when you mix O-Block with it, man, this is an interesting story coming fresh off the press. So we'll see you when we get closer to O-Block.
Hey, first things first, we got hot boy cooking. I'm in the yo gassed up off cooking. Fuck niggas mad cause this hoe keep looking. That's cause if I wanted that bitch get took. I done came in this bitch, started crashing the beat.
It's kind of a intimidating place because it looks like a mixture of a place to live and a prison. Like you have fences with sharp little points. It's all fenced in. You have your own security force in O-Block.
It did look like a prison, low key. Like they try to trap people in or something. Like, nah, that is a good point though. Like they trying to get niggas psychologically ready to go to jail and shit. Like I don't know. Like it's this little shit that be happening. It'd be like you gotta peep.
Feels like a place like when you get in there, it's hard to get out. What's up, brother? Don't film.
No, not while we walking in. I gotta get y'all in first, man. Put y'all cameras up like in y'all book bags. I'm gonna get y'all now.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Guys, t-shirts are on the site right now, flying off the shelves. But even cooler, the Big Dog Gotta Eat sweatshirts. They sold out in 36 hours last time. Get yours. Freshest thing on the market right now. Big Dog's gotta eat, especially during Ramadan. After the sun goes down, you gotta eat, you know what I mean? Rep the movement. Get it while supplies last. Appreciate your support. TommyGMiggy.com. What's up, brother? Good to meet you. Tell us where we are right now.
Man, we going right here on King's Drive. That's O-Block across. That's where we finna go.
Let's give you the backstory on Gleech. Little did I know that he was one of King Vong's close friends, and he even had a song named
Damn, for real? Is this Walk Gleech Walk? Walk Gleech Walk. Is this him?
called Gleech Place with 23 million views. This is a track about home invasions and robberies and features a story where King Vong hit a lick for $50,000 and went straight to Gleech's apartment with the loot, whereupon Vong and Gleech had a discussion about buying cars and guns with the proceeds.
Oh, that's this song. Home invasion, robbery.
I often try and do very little research on people before meeting so I can get an unbiased impression of who they
Man,
are
what?
today versus who they were in the past. So I was unaware of Gleech's relationship with Vaughn when I met him today in O-Block. Gleech is a fashion designer, he's a rapper, and he's the front runner of the O-Block Muslim movement. Let's meet the man.
What's up, big guy? You good?
I keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my hope. He was telling me he had some brothers in Parkwood.
Yeah. I'm duty law.
Tell us what you got on right now. That's new attire I haven't seen yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, got a bubble on it. This is still a Chicago nigga, bro. You see this shit? He still got a bubble on with some Jordans, bro. He got some 14s.
I got my throbe on, my Muslim throbe.
That's what they call it, a throbe. He got a throbe on with a bubble coat and some blue jeans and some 14s, bro.
Kufi, my Muslim chain.
Was it hard to start rocking that? Because that's not typical outfit in this area.
I had to get used to it.
Do people ask you a lot of questions when they see you wearing that?
Yeah, they think it's a dress. I don't take that lightly, but it's a throbe.
Yeah. What percent of people around here you think know about the Muslim movement?
2 billion Muslims throughout the world. It's
Arguably the biggest religion in the world.
Yeah, I'm duty law.
How long have you been involved in it?
Like 2-3 years.
Okay.
Right now it's Ramadan. Right now.
How you feeling?
I'm good, but I can't eat or drink.
I knew guys on my wrestling team that were Muslim.
Imagine you can't eat or drink and you turn around, you see the picture of these wings and these fries and that burger. Boy, I'm hungry. Boy, I'm kind of hungry right now. I ain't gonna cap. But imagine you on Ramadan, you turn around, you see this. I wouldn't be able to be outside, bro. I don't know how y'all do it. Shout out to the Muslims, man. Because Ramadan is a big commitment, bro. That's like, I don't know, man. I think I would be able to do it, but like, it's really hard to do, bro. Because I already be fasting, like, accidentally. So, like, I feel like I could do Ramadan. But hey, shout out to y'all, though, man. That is definitely good.
Wrestlers, and so they would go an entire practice without eating or drinking, and that takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah, it takes discipline. It's really a man thing. Man over matter.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like, imagine like athlete, like that nigga Kyrie, bro. It's like you an NBA athlete, bro. You on Ramadan, like you can't drink water in the middle of a basketball game.
Last time I was here, the security here is pretty tight.
Yeah, they tight right now. They real tight.
So does that mean that O-Block has gotten safer?
Everywhere all the same. It's just they got to tighten up their security, so that's the type of stuff they do.
This arguably could be the most notorious project in the entire country. Is that a
Look,
bullet hole right there?
That's a bullet hole, but it's natural. You go somewhere else, bullet hole.
Happy Ramadan. How are you? What does Ramadan mean to you guys?
I mean, a lot of things.
He said, "Niggas said it's natural. You going somewhere else? Like where?" So a bullet hole is supposed to be in a random window in the middle of the street, though, like in the middle of the city. That's not natural. Well, it's natural to him though. 'Cause this what he grew up around. But like,
Not just eating and drinking.
that's it. Not supposed to be there.
Yeah, he's one of the guys I look up to too. He makes sure I'm good. He feed me.
You have to care for other people. They teach you that there's a lot of people on earth that don't have no food, no drinks, nothing. So you have to think about other people before you think about yourself.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Are there any Arabic words you could teach the audience?
Alhamdulillah is the best.
Shukran, thank you.
Yeah,
How'd you get the name Gleech? I never met a Gleech before.
Look,
King Von.
they just call me Gleech. They just made the name. Okay, I'll run with it.
Is Von looked at as a hero or a villain?
Von is a hero.
Yeah.
Everybody always looking at somebody bad. He a hero though.
Because some people love him for who he was as a rapper. Some people are like, that guy was a serial killer.
Nah, he ain't no killer at all. That's a good guy, man.
He just lied to Tommy face, bro. Come on. King Von never killed a person, bro. Really? Everybody know that's cat, bro. Come on now. Everybody know that's cat.
He made everybody really
I like
start
the Von.
loving each other.
I didn't
Rest in
realize
peace, Von.
Gleech and Von had been close friends when I asked this question, but let me give you some background as to why I asked about Von. By many within O Block in Chicago, Von was heralded as a rap hero who broke out the mold of poverty and launched himself into superstardom.
Got a drop on this flexing nigga. He from Tennessee, ain't had to stop.
His lyrics stood out for both his fantastic storytelling ability and the extreme violence of his words, but some suspect his rapping was more than just storytelling. In fact, YouTube's premier hip-hop historian, Trap Lord Ross, has a detailed and exhaustive
See, I was just taught, bro. That's crazy, bro. Tommy G really be on YouTube, bro. I fuck with Tommy, bro. Cause like I was just this is the exact documentary I was talking about Von and all that, bro.
3.5-hour analysis proclaiming King Von to be rap's first serial killer, and King Von himself literally put out tweets like, "Man, I'm just trying to kill, and I can name 5 GDs I done killed." All this aside, I wasn't here to speak with Gleech about King Von or violence from the past. I was here to learn about his story and about the spread of Islam through O Block.
Did he hit the cameras now? Hit the cameras. So we walk in.
So we get past security.
We're in the fortress now. It's not easy to get into O Block, huh? How long have you been here for?
Quite a while. It's a beautiful place. It's like everywhere else.
How you doing, man? I'm Tommy. Are you guys Muslims too?
Nah, they ain't Muslims.
People in O Block are thinking about joining. What would you say are like the selling points? Like, why should they join the movement?
I could just bring them with me and they could, you feel me, get experience on their own. You gotta learn stuff to do it. I can just tell you, oh, you should be Muslim.
What has it brought into your life?
A lot of beautiful things.
Yeah, like what?
I got a business. I got all types of stuff going on. You see what I'm saying?
Before you were Muslim to now, like what's changed for you?
Be disciplined, the way I act with other people.
Do you feel like being a Muslim has helped you to treat other people better?
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's the way you act, the way you dress, the way you talk, all that. And
Yeah, because religion is mainly about principles and following your commandments and staying disciplined. So yeah.
caring about others, like, you know. So,
I feel like especially for young men, if we are disciplined, there's so much we can accomplish in this life. But if we're not disciplined, we're kind of I don't want to say we take up space, but we're not what we could be. So give me the tour.
okay.
You guys are going to Lululemon?
Nah, he going to Louis V, man.
You come from like more of the rap world. Materialism is a high priority, like Gucci bags, Louis bags. What does Islam think about all that?
I mean, it's alright, bro. I don't too much care for that.
Where are we right now?
We at my mom's house. I'm gonna move out of there soon.
Where do you want to move to?
I'm gonna move somewhere nice.
You want to stay in Chicago? You want to move out of the city? You want to move out of the state?
Eventually, it's to move out of Chicago, though.
Yeah. How many guys in this room are Muslims?
They Muslims.
So what do you think about joining Islam or becoming a Muslim? What do you think about it?
Most real nigga, you did true this stuff.
Do you think, hey, this is something I want to do one day, or is it like, nah, it's not for me?
I don't know.
Yeah, anything in the process will take time.
Especially something like that.
Yeah. That is true though. Like you can't just you can't just go from a street nigga to a law abiding, obedient fucking Muslim in 2 days though. But I mean, they would just do it every day though. So like they gotta look at him as some type of inspiration, you know. So maybe as a role model. So I don't know, but
That is a big commitment.
you can't
It's
just
not
change
like
it to
you're
Muslim
just done
in
with
one
it in a
day.
Like if you commit to being a Muslim, like that's a big new life change, you know? I grew up in a very Christian family, but I've never felt called to dedicate my life to it, you know? Because you have to really change everything you do from that point on.
Like, yeah, you can be Christian or whatever, but like, I don't know what they do, like, follow, like, discipline, like, when it's time, like.
I mean, it depends. Muslims are a lot more disciplined than Christians.
that's
Like
what
they
I'm
do
saying,
it
like,
5
do they,
times a
like,
day. I would say like the disciplined Christians, like my mom, every day when she wakes up, she reads the Bible, prays. praise.
Yeah, but what about the other people?
A lot of Christians don't do shit.
Yeah, when it's Islam, like, you know, it's a way of life.
Do you have to own anything to be in Islam? Like, do you have to buy like a prayer rug or anything like that?
No. I got a couple of them in the room though.
Yeah? You want to show us?
Yeah, it's one it's a do something.
What happened in your life that you're like, this is what I want to
The
do?
discipline, I was just doing a lot of stuff. Like, it didn't want to. It just made me get on everything I was supposed to get on, like, as far as my business and all that.
How'd you hear about it?
Really, Von uncle.
King Von's uncle?
Yeah,
Wow.
King Von uncle. Then my other brother Sadiq. He been around since we was little. You know what I'm saying?
Is he from O Block too?
He's been around for a while.
Do you think the FBI knows about? Because I know Muslim groups in the past, like when Malcolm X, Elijah
Yeah,
Muhammad, they had their eyes on that shit. Have you guys ever been visited by like any FBI guy asking about Muslims?
Bro, Tommy's question, like, what? Why would the FBI go to this nigga house for? only reason they would come is something related to Vaughn, but like outside of that, but like just because they're Muslim, the FBI about to pull up, like, right? He's funny, bro.
Police are real anyways. We don't worry about this. I don't worry at all.
Well, I think if you're doing nothing wrong, you got nothing to worry about.
Alhamdulillah,
You know?
that's what you said. Ain't nothing going on wrong. You see what I'm saying?
What does your mom think about it when you told her you're Muslim?
Huh, she love it.
Is it easier to get men to join or women, or do you get both that join?
Is he smoking? Is that a vape? Or he just got his. No, I think he just had his. How about I say a Muslim vaping? It's like.
For the man to join, but like, you gotta have the sisters around. They gotta really get a right feel of it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Islam's a lot tougher for a woman because there's more rules for a woman.
Ain't nothing tough though. There ain't nothing tough.
I mean,
you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Do you think you ever want to go on a pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia?
The pilgrimage, also known as the Hajj, is the fifth pillar of Islam and is something that every adult Muslim must do at least once in their life. Each year, millions journey to Mecca, shedding titles and distinctions to stand as equals before God. Through rituals rich in symbolism, pilgrims seek spiritual renewal and forgiveness. But the Hajj is more than just a ritual. It's a bond of brotherhood and unity, transcending borders and cultures. It was on his pilgrimage that Malcolm X met Muslim brothers from all corners of the globe, and where he changed his opinion on race relations forever. Through the GoFundMe link in my description, we can fund Chicago Muslim brothers on their trip to Mecca, and hopefully be a small part of helping Chicago to be a more peaceful place. Please consider donating.
I'm going to Saudi Arabia.
You are?
Man, I'm going to Mecca, touch the Kaaba, all that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll be there.
You know that in Afghanistan, in some places, if you get caught listening to music, they'll like beat the shit out of you?
Yeah.
That's pretty insane, isn't it?
That's in the city, that's how it is.
So people that aren't from here aren't hip to this. Explain that. Break that down a little bit more.
Don't go in the wrong area, listen to the wrong stuff. In reality, you can listen to it.
Nah, yeah. That's like playing. Shit, I don't even know all that gangs and stuff like that. But that's like playing fucking. I ain't even gonna say nothing.
You want to, you know what I'm saying?
Just with the windows up. There's some
That's
music
like
I
playing
listen to
King
that I would
Von
listen to with the windows up because I'm a little embarrassed if someone were to hear me.
Across
You
the
guys
street,
ever heard
nigga,
of
it's over
Creed
with.
before?
If you want
You're either
63rd
gonna
playing
love
Vaughn,
this or hate
it's
this,
done
and
for.
that's just show you a little sample. I'm gonna play like 10 seconds of a song. You tell me
Yeah,
if you rock it.
like.
You're just chilling in the car, driving home from the club. You guys feeling this at all or no?
No, sound like Sunday playing the mosque.
Didn't even know.
We were just in New York and it's the same thing, where you can only listen to certain guys in certain areas, otherwise it gets treacherous really quickly.
Yeah, a lot of songs would be like a lot of disrespect towards other people, neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't want to go in this area and play this.
What do you guys view as the impact of drill music? Good, bad, in between?
Whatever the narrative the person take with it and they run with it, that's on them. We don't really too much care about that.
You can't change that.
As a Muslim, do you feel like you can go to any neighborhood and you're okay? Like, does that give you more of like a...
Nah, you always gotta tie the camel up. Don't never get me wrong. And what I mean by that, you don't just go doing stuff you naturally don't do.
So how do you think Chicago would change if a lot more people became Muslims?
We can stick together like an iron fist. We can get what we need and what we want, and everybody can be all right.
So unite the people.
Exactly.
Anytime there's a movement of people that get united, whether it's MLK, JFK, Malcolm X, somehow that leader gets taken out. You know what I mean? It's the
We don't
government.
really worry about that because it's like it's no point. Like all we doing is good stuff.
But the government fears when people unite.
Let's explore how the FBI
that
has
is
historically
facts.
responded to black political movements. Let's take you back to the 1960s when the Black Power movement was sweeping through the United States. This originated as a militant response to the slow progress of civil rights reforms on a national level. The rise of the Black Power movement alarmed the FBI. Under Director J. Edgar Hoover, the FBI viewed the movement as a threat to national security. Through a counterintelligence program called COINTELPRO, a series of covert and at times illegal activities were used by the FBI to infiltrate, discredit, and disrupt black activists.
Illegal activities? Like what? Like, so these are like the little rats that was in the butt. Was they letting white people in the Black Panther? Anyway,
organizations. On December 4th of
there was black
1969,
FBI
the
agents back
aggressive
then. So.
tactics of COINTELPRO culminated in a tragic and controversial event, the assassination of Fred Hampton, the Black Panthers Illinois chairman. In coordination with Chicago PD, the FBI orchestrated a pre-dawn raid on Hampton's apartment. Based on detailed floor plans of the apartment provided by the FBI informant who had infiltrated the Black Panthers, law enforcement executed the raid while Hampton was asleep. Armed officers stormed the apartment, and in the hail of gunfire that followed, Fred Hampton and fellow Panther Mark Clark were killed. Forensic analysis later revealed that most bullets were aimed at Hampton's bedroom, and evidence strongly suggested that Hampton, who had been sedated.
So what? They didn't even like rush through. They would shoot him through the wall. What do you mean aimed at his bedroom? Like they just burst in and started shooting throughout the whole fucking house. Like that's nuts.
By Barbich, who was likely slipped in by the informant, was shot at point-blank range, ensuring his death. The official narrative initially claimed that the Panthers opened fire on the police, provoking a defensive response. However, subsequent investigations and outcry led to a different understanding. The raid had effectively been a targeted assassination of Hampton. Their deaths were not just a loss to the Black Power movement, but a devastating blow to the wider civil rights movement, and just one of the many examples that symbolizes the extreme measures our government is willing to take to suppress black leadership and autonomy.
Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. I'm on the right path, and the people around me is on the right path, so we don't worry about that.
Inshallah. What's important to you guys?
Each other, our kids, our families, like others like
money.
That's one thing, but it ain't the biggest thing.
When you're dead and gone, is there anything that you will want to have accomplished or want your legacy to be? Like,
make sure all our people good, like father our kids. We want to have them left with things and stuff like that, business and stuff like that, for the long term goal, and you and your people.
Do you have to figure out which way Mecca is?
It's this way.
Yeah.
How would you know though?
Pull your compass out and see which way to
Love you praying this way though.
Yeah, you can't pray that way.
She said, "How you know that?"
But you know, I could get none of my west.
Who is it? Melly Red. Okay,
I'm Tommy.
This is cousin? It's his uncle?
I like the throbe too. How long have you been rocking the throbe and being in the Muslim?
I've been Muslim 2 years.
What happened in your life that you're like, this is what I want to do?
By me being younger, I was forced to Christianity. But I only used to like the music at church. One of the brothers had talked to me, I had a conversation, and I was engaged in it. But before I even converted over to become Muslim, I was looking into it. Before I get myself into something, looking into it, you know? And it caught my attention. So when I finally took my Shahada, opened my eyes to a lot of greatness.
What is the Shahada?
The Shahada is basically you converting over.
What does it take? Like to do a Shahada? Is it just like
It's like you getting baptized or something.
A statement out loud, or what do you have to do to?
Yeah, you basically at the end of service, Juma, to recite it in English and Arabic.
What kind of church, when you were in Christian church, was it a Baptist church?
Yeah.
How long was that service?
1 hour, 2 hours.
Because in Milwaukee, I went to a few different Baptist churches. They would take like 3 hours, so I had to retire. That was too much for me.
Yeah, it'd be a long
By like an
service.
hour in, dude, I'm like, I just want to get up and like start moving, start doing push-ups, start running around, and they just kept going and they kept going.
It just opened my eyes up to a lot of things that I really truly believed in, because it's hard for me to get to believing in a lot of stuff. No disrespect to no Christians or nothing. I felt that certain things that was in the Bible wasn't describing the picture that they was trying to make.
Is there anything you had to leave behind when you became a Muslim? Like anything you had to stop doing or do differently?
Like now, it's month of Ramadan, I had to leave a lot of habits, a lot of bad habits. I had to stop eating pork, a lot of favorite candies I can't eat no more.
Everybody around you, they your brother. That's one thing about Muslims. They ain't trying to knock you down. They ain't trying to down you or none of that. You see what I'm saying? No one's bigger than no one. You feel me? They treat you like brothers.
So question for both of you is like when you did that publicly, did you feel anything in your heart immediately after? What was going through your head right after you did that?
Man, I just burned it over like, man, crazy, man.
I felt loved, even around a
bunch of people you didn't even know.
I didn't know.
What did your family think when you went back home and told them what happened?
It was surprising, but they loved it.
Depending on how I'm feeling, I might just go get a couple, take about 50 people some food or something, just how I'm feeling.
Is giving back part of Islam?
It's beautiful. I really do it on the regular, like, you feel me?
Where is this?
By the expressway. I bought like 60 pieces and gave them back.
How do you feel when you do that?
I feel beautiful.
I feel like there's something that you realize once you do start to give back, you realize it makes you feel really good, it makes the other person feel good. Like giving back is probably one of the best things we can do.
For sure. Yeah. We just fed 2,500 people.
Families, man, like 2,500, man, pull up. Right here.
Do events with the kids.
They got pizza. We got everything.
So
Come out, they
you
got
saying
face paint.
it's like all of it.
It's not for us that we're looking to receive anything back or anything. We're really doing it because Allah sent us here to do this.
This is your clothing line?
That's me, LLC, business owner, whatever. However you want to play, however you want to take it.
Oh, you got
he got some Hellstar. He got some Hellstar, and that look like LaFrance, LaMelo Ball's brand.
sweaters.
Yeah, I see
You're the
it.
first dude I've ever seen sell sweaters.
Where's Waldo hoodie?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's Waldo's sweater?
Sweater.
How can people find this brand?
Take a DM me, 6 Gleech hack underscore, you know what I'm saying? Finna have a website up and running.
What does the 31 mean on the sweater?
That's how many colors I plan on dropping.
That's a lot of colors.
I got 2 kids. This for them though.
What has being a Muslim taught you about being a father or teaches you about being a father?
I really gotta stand on business for them. Like, you feel me? I don't really care about none of that for me, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's lucky fire though.
Over time as you've grown up here, gotten better, worse, different, what's changed?
This is what they make it, bro. It's perfect to me. It's beautiful, and it's not what they think it is or what they say, bro.
So what are you gonna eat tonight once you're done with your fast?
It depends. I might go to the mosque to break my fast, but if not, it's easy. You know me, I still eat regular stuff as long as it's not pork or nothing like that.
So we're leaving O Block. Where are we heading next?
We're going to the master, man. Undisclosed location. I ain't gonna tell y'all that, but y'all gonna see when we get there.
This is not an easy place to come in and come out. As you can see, look, they got this on lock. You gotta show an ID, you gotta go through a checkpoint. This place is on lockdown, man. Do you guys have any stories of what you've seen in O Block over the years?
These the best people y'all need to run to. Y'all don't run to my people. Them don't look. They make sure everything's secure.
But I noticed you had bear mace on you. Have you already used it?
I use it a few times.
What was the situation you used it in?
Ask your boy. Crowd get too crazy.
Crowd.
That's all we be getting, man.
What you want me to ask me?
What you mean crowd? It be niggas from the other hood trying to pull up and they trying to run down. He said they crowd.
No, I want to be right here. We can't be right here long too long.
Like statistically, if you want to be involved in violence, it's usually late night, it's usually alcohol, and it's usually people that know each other. So if you don't cause...
Who's this little kid, right? Whose son is this? Tell this man to go home, bro. Get your fat head out the camera, bro. Like...
any issues, it's very rare that someone's gonna try to cause an issue with you. O Block is no different, but
O Block is so bad, like that.
Is it?
Yes, O Block so bad.
What makes you say that?
We had a fight.
There's a lot of fights here?
Yes.
How often do fights happen around here?
One right there, some at the park. Yeah, the park. They shoot at the park so much.
A shootout?
Damn.
Yes.
What is that like?
This is a little kid saying that.
I don't know. I don't know.
How old are you?
I'm 11.
11?
I'm in 8th grade.
Oh, 8th grade?
And what's 10 times 10?
100.
Okay.
20 plus 20?
Yeah.
You tell me.
40.
40? Hey, keep studying hard, alright, brother?
Okay.
Have a good day, okay?
Okay.
We're hopping the car. We're gonna follow them to the mosque. So we want to take a deeper dive into Islam and why it's attracting people to join. It's the fastest growing religion in the world right now. One way it's spreading in America is in the prison system. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about that history right now. Since World War II, Islam has steadily grown throughout the US prison system. The Moorish Temple and the Nation of Islam are the two primary forces behind this movement. Much of the momentum came after Nation of Islam leader Elijah Muhammad and around 100 other members of the group were sentenced to prison for World War II draft evasion, and in their time at prison, they began to spread the message of Islam. Through the 1960s, Islam continued to spread through the prisons. The two main factors driving this was the increase of incarcerated black men and the empowerment and popularity of the civil rights movement. Furthermore, the 1962 court case Fullwood v. Clummer ruled that incarcerated
tied religion to a belief in the existence of a supreme being. The district court concluded that the black Muslim faith was indeed a religion.
Muslims had a legal right to practice their religion. The increase in prominence of Islam did come with challenges, however. Many Muslim prisoners were denied.
So in America, they didn't count Muslim as a religion. They didn't count it. What? They only counted Christianity, or like you wasn't allowed to pray in jail or something. Like what, bro? Like it's It's just so
Denied
weird.
by
Like,
government
that's just
the
weird.
ability to spread religious
How is it
literature
not?
and the ability to meet and conduct religious services. In
And
one
why'd they have to
such
go to
case,
court to
Cooper
prove it?
versus Pate, refusal of access to religious texts in Illinois Stateville Prison was ruled unconstitutional and a violation of the freedom of religion by the Supreme Court. These challenges would increase following the September 11th attacks. The U.S. Bureau of Prisons froze the hiring of Islamic chaplains following the attacks in an attempt to reduce radicalization among the inmates. Today, Islam is the fastest growing religion throughout the U.S. prison system, with an estimated 80% of imprisoned converts becoming Muslim and an estimated
80%. So 80% of the people in jail convert to Islam. Bro, what? That's actually nuts, bro. What the heck? How?
35 to 40,000 converts coming every single year. One of the appeals of Islam is that the structure and brotherhood of the religion is an attractive alternative to the danger and chaos of the streets.
I always recommend 3 biographies to people: Benjamin Franklin, Teddy Roosevelt, and Malcolm X. Those are biographies that I might read once a year of each of those guys, just because they live such interesting and purpose-driven lives. So I want to focus on Malcolm X right now. A lot of people think that he's a black separatist, that he wanted to split black and white people up. And for part of his life he did when he was in the Nation of Islam. Then he went on his pilgrimage to Mecca and he saw white brothers from Chechnya, he saw Middle Eastern brothers from Syria, he saw people from all across the world, and he realized we all are one, we all can be brothers. He died tragically just as his career was taking off, and I think it could have made a positive difference. Let's cover his assassination.
Malcolm X is one of the essential characters in the story of the Black Muslim movement. He was born in 1925 and his life quickly became hectic. When he was 3, his family had to move from Omaha because of threats from the KKK. When he was 6, his father's bizarre and tragic death convinced Malcolm it was the work of white supremacists. His father's death drove his mother to insanity and led to her becoming institutionalized in a mental hospital. Malcolm began to find trouble as a juvenile, and his criminal activity led him to become a ward of the state by the age of 14. He was assigned to a boarding school under the supervision of a white family. At this boarding school, he excelled academically and socially, and he developed aspirations to become a lawyer. However, his English teacher shot down his dreams and told him that as a Negro, he should
Hey, who edited this? Who edited this and typed this in? Tommy, you typed that in? I'm just trolling though, but nah, this is crazy though. Like something lower, like a janitor or a carpenter. Carpenter, not even a low job though. Like that's not. Anyway.
Set his sights lower on things like becoming a janitor or carpenter. Experiencing a massive frustration with the white world he felt limited by, he moved to black-dominated Harlem and began a life of crime. He and his friend Shorty ran a burglary ring, and he supplemented his income with pimping and selling reefer. Outside of crime, he became well-known around town for his dance moves, his zoot suits, and he tore up Lindy Hop dance clubs. Eventually, he was caught for his crimes and sent to prison. It was here his life changed and he discovered Islam. He joined the Nation of Islam and educated himself in prison by reading every book he could get his hands on, and in doing this he emerged as a powerful and influential leader. From the time he was released in prison in 1952 to 1960, he helped grow the Nation of Islam from 400 members to 40,000. As a
Damn. Is that just in Illinois, or is that America in general? 400 to 40,000 from one man? Jeez. He was basically a preacher. At that point,
in the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X advocated strongly for black empowerment and self-sufficiency. Nation of Islam leader Elijah Muhammad handpicked him as his right-hand man and sent him around the country to give speeches, rally up the troops, and grow numerous mosques. His compelling speeches brought him national attention, and his views often sparked controversy. His growing popularity eventually led Elijah Muhammad to feel threatened, and this later led to Malcolm leaving the Nation of Islam in 1964. It was then that he went on his pilgrimage to Mecca, where he met Muslim brothers of every color across the globe, and from this he returned with a new understanding of race relations and a commitment to racial equality and harmony. Malcolm X's life was tragically cut short in 1965 when a Nation of Islam member assassinated him. Many believe that the FBI had a hand in this. He remains a key figure in the fight against...
That's what I heard. I heard that the FBI had somebody, basically they had a rat in his group, and yeah, that's what I heard.
Injustice, and is a widely celebrated black hero.
How you doing, bro?
How you doing, bro? Kindly to meet you, man.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
So
Tell the people who you are.
Man, I'm Sadiq Ali, man. Down here, you at Barrier Imports at 321 East Persian Road, Chicago, Illinois, 60653 with my man Tommy G.
Yes.
This is Sadiq Ali. Long ago, he used to hustle in the streets. Now he's dedicated his life to religion and runs a group called Muslimmatics, where he guides people on their journey in Islam. If you'd like to get more involved with Islam in Chicago, his link is in my description.
Come on,
you have a very peaceful and relaxed presence about you.
I'm very peaceful and very relaxed.
That's
you
a
know?
good aura to have. And it's Friday. Tell the people
Friday.
what's special about Friday.
Friday is our holy day, Muslim holy day. Friday, Jummah Friday. Alhamdulillah, we all come together. And it's the last Friday of Ramadan, so it's kind of special. Everybody's going to be packed down here. It's just beginning. We're starting in about another 30 minutes or so.
People have almost made it the entire month doing Ramadan, which is no easy feat. That's hard to do. What are the biggest challenges people face during Ramadan?
Not eating.
Or drinking water?
Not eating or drinking water, you know what I mean? That's a big challenge, but it's a good challenge because it's for Allah. And the fast is for Allah, because only Allah knows if you fast. People can say whatever they want to say, but only God knows if you're fasting or not.
Are you from Chicago?
I'm born and raised in Chicago, Illinois.
How did Islam start to seep into Oblak? Like, how did...
Let's go next door. We can talk more deeper. It's
about to be prayer.
My boy Tommy G, man.
How are you?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about what's close to your head today. It's prayer day today. We're close to the end of Ramadan.
So tonight, Layla through
Qadr. Yeah, it's the odd night, alhamdulillah. Last 10 nights of Ramadan.
How many Ramadans have you been through before?
I made my shahada when I was like 21, but I really started deening probably like a year or two ago. So I said it's like my fourth Ramadan.
What made you say this is something I want to do and become and want to be a part of?
That's a long story, but I'm gonna cut it short for you. I had a conversation with a Muslim man, and we just had like a lot, and he encouraged me to go do research on my own. And once I did it, I went in and I just made my shahada. You know, I made my profession of faith. So
beautiful. Well, I hope we have a good Friday prayer, okay? Are there some basic phrases, Arabic phrases that we can teach the audience today?
Assalamu alaikum.
That means hello.
That means may peace and blessing be upon you.
Is there anything else you'd like to teach?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah means all praises to Allah, all praises to God.
I learned that a lot from Khabib, the fighter. If you ever watched him
that's
fight,
my man.
He would say alhamdulillah an awful lot.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, but you got Muhammad Ali, you know,
True.
can't take Muhammad Ali out. You know, I always think,
of course.
That's the legend. You know what I mean? Muhammad Ali was definitely one of the best.
What brought you to this? What made you decide this is where I want to dedicate my life to and bring other people into it?
Well, what brought me to it is really, man, you know, I've been from the streets all my life, you know what I mean? So I know the streets. I know what the streets and what they evolved. And so with me coming from the streets and knowing everything about the streets and be able to be a big brother to the brother that I didn't have from the streets, you know what I mean? When I implanted in the streets was just, I had got it out the mud. I was just there, you know, so whatever I learned on my own. But to be able to be a big brother to these brothers, to be able to show them that it's more to just the streets.
What do you think's making guys like Little Dirk say, this is what I want to join?
After you've been doing, after a person have dealt so much bad in their life, you know what I mean, coming from the ghettos and the trenches of Chicago, after they've seen so much bad, and to be able to taste something good, man, of course you want to stick to that. You know what I mean? Once you taste this and drink this, man, you're going to want it. You're going to want it. It's a very good taste.
How did you guys meet?
No homo.
I've been knowing them since they was pup. Like, you know what I mean? These little babies. I've been knowing them since they was little.
So if a guy comes here for Friday prayer, then on Saturday he's out, you know, chugging a 40 and doing a music video with like, hey, I'm going to shoot up this guy, shoot up that guy. How do you coach him along the path?
That's how I explain to the youngsters. I said, imagine us that we on a boat, okay? And then you want to, and you know, it's hot on the boat, we all on the boat. And of course, people want to test the water. They want to jump in the water, right? The boat is a lie, okay? So you jumped in the water.
Then the boat keep going.
If you don't keep your hands on the rope of the boat, then you're going to drown. Right or wrong?
Right.
But as long as I got my hand on the rope of the boat and I'm dealing with the water, I can still pull one way, one out, until I really realize that this water ain't for me, because I'm going to end up dying if I stay in this water. I'm going to lose. But if I get back on this boat and pull back on this boat and do right, then I can float.
So it's not like a zero-sum game. You can be, because that's the other thing.
Everybody is welcome.
Yes.
I don't care what they do.
Yeah.
How they doing. They want to smoke weed, drink, like girls, and kill and shoot, come.
Yeah.
We want y'all to come. Once they taste this, that's gonna come up out of them. It's gonna be like a detox. It's gonna flush right out. Just look at our brother right now. You know what I mean? Take it back a year, two.
This nigga was Von's right hand man. He probably was